Shabbos, 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 soll sein Iden Shabbos. Shabbos soll sein Shabbos, soll sein Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt. Shabbos, 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 soll sein Iden Shabbos. Shabbos soll sein Shabbos, soll sein Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt. Jontef, 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 soll sein Iden Jontef, Jontef, soll sein Jontef auf der ganzen Welt. Jontef, 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 soll sein Iden Jontef, Jontef, soll sein Jontef, soll sein Jontef auf der ganzen Welt. Schulaim, 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 so sein Iden Schulaim. Schulaim soll sein Schulaim, soll sein Schulaim auf der ganzen Welt. Schulaim, 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 soll sein Iden Schulaim. Schulaim soll sein Schulaim, soll sein Schulaim auf der ganzen Welt.
This is WMUC FM College Park. Hello, folks, and welcome to Tape Deck Time Machine. We're doing a sort of early Mother's Day episode today, and with me today in the studio is a guest who I think I just alluded to. Do you want to introduce yourself, Mom?
Hi, I'm Kay Halpern Rickman, Ari's mom.
And today we're going to be doing an exploration of Yiddish Jewish folk music. Well, we're going to start with Yiddish folk music, and we'll do a little bit more of an exploration of Jewish folk music in general. But I think we want to start off today, Mom. We'll first just introduce some concepts, and then we'll listen to a little bit of music that demonstrates them, and then we'll talk about them a bit more. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about who we were just listening to?
We were just listening to Theodor Bickel, his song Shabbos auf die ganze Welt, which means, and Shabbos soll sein, which means Shabbos, the Sabbath, over all the world, kind of this idea of this beautiful, wonderful, special time of the Sabbath, spreading calm and peace throughout the world.
And, well, so we're going to sort of follow that theme today by going on a bit of an exploration of Yiddish folk music and an interaction between Yiddish folk music and other types of music from around the world, and also some types of Jewish folk music different from Yiddish folk music that come from different parts of the world. And do you want to talk about why we wanted to do that today, Mom?
Yes, we're any culture, any musical tradition, in order to be vital and alive, it continues to evolve. And so Jewish music has retained its essence, but it continues to evolve and to mix and mingle and take elements, incorporate elements from other cultures. And so we're going to be going on a journey of Jewish music, starting with the traditional Yiddish, Eastern European Yiddish roots of our family, and then exploring how that tradition has evolved, and also playing some songs from other Jewish communities, the Sephardic community, Ladino-speaking community, and also the Jewish communities from Yemen, where one of the artists will be singing in Arabic, his native language.
And so we'll explain a little bit more about all that later, but first we're going to start with a genre of Eastern European Jewish music called klezmer, which any exploration of Yiddish-speaking folk music would be incomplete without focusing on klezmer. But to kind of bridge it, we're going to first play a song by Theodore Bickel called Machatonim, which has a very klezmer essence to it. We should specify, Bickel himself didn't play klezmer. He sort of did traditional folk songs with lyrics, and klezmer can have lyrics or not. It's what defines klezmer isn't the lyrics, but this Bickel song has a lot of musical relationship to klezmer. But do you want to say what Machatonim means?
Yeah, the song's called Machatonim. Machatonim means in-laws.
So it's and I think you'll get that sense when listening to it.
Machatonim gehen Kinder, lo mir sich freien, Schat der Chossen ist gora Winder, spielt a Liederle de Chossen sad, Aya, 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 ba 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 ba, Aya, 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 Aya. Geht der Vetter Konne, mit der Mimmelkonne, Schat, das ist die beste Matone, spielt a Liederle dem Chossen sad, Aya, 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 ba 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 ba, Aya, 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 Aya. Schwester Freidl, sie dreht sich wie a Dreidl, Schat, nimmt sie rein in Reidl, spielt a Lieder der Kossen sad, Aya, 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 ba 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 ba, Aya, 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 Aya. Und geht der Vetter Mindig, was ob mir gesindigt, Schat, bloßt sich wie ein Indig, spielt a Lieder der Kossen sad, Aya, 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 ba 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 ba, Aya, 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 da da di da di 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 da, Aya, Aya, ba 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 ba.
So that was Machatonim by Theodore Bickel, and I think now we want to talk a little bit. Before we start talking about klezmer, we'll talk a little bit about the guy who was singing, about Theodore Bickel. So, Mom, you have some pretty early childhood memories of him, right?
Yes, like a lot of Jewish families in the 60s and 70s. I grew up, my parents had Theodore Bickel records playing these songs, and I grew up listening to them. So this is a real memory from my childhood. And that was a memory that you were able to share with my brother and I in 2013, I think it was. What year did we go? We saw him in concert, right? Actually, it was 2008.
Oh, okay, that makes
right
more sense.
Here in D.C. at the D.C. Jewish Community Center at Theater J. Theodore Bickel starred in a one-man show about Sholem Aleichem. Sholem Aleichem was a Yiddish writer who actually wrote the story Tevye the Milkman, on which Fiddler on the Roof is based. And Theodore Bickel was doing a one-man show of Sholem Aleichem's stories. And our whole family saw him at Theater J. And he was 84 then, but still a really strong actor and singer.
Yeah, so he obviously had a very long career. Let's talk about what made him so objectively interesting, aside from our personal connection to him.
Well, Theodore Bickel's family originally came from the Bukovina region of what's now the Ukraine, and they moved to Vienna, where Theodore Bickel was born, and then they fled the Holocaust. They fled to Palestine, and as a young man, Theodore Bickel studied acting, and then he continued studying acting in London, and then came to the U.S., where his recording and acting career took off.
So as a result of all that international travel and living, how many languages could he speak?
Many languages. He's sung, I think in over 20 different languages, including Yiddish, German, Hebrew, English, Russian, and I think even Zulu was one of the languages he sung in.
Because he starred in something that called for Zulu when he was on Broadway, right?
I don't know about that. I don't know the specifics of his Zulu singing career.
But in addition to his very eclectic, powerful acting career, he also was sort of politically inclined, you were telling me.
Yes, he was a political activist. He protested the Vietnam War. He was a delegate to the Democratic National Convention, the 1968 Democratic National Convention in Chicago. He was also president of Actors Equity in the 70s and early 80s. And toward the end of his life, in around the period of 2008, he was a vocal critic of the Israeli government's treatment of Palestinians and Bedouins in Israel.
So a very interesting life, and he sang in all those different languages, but Yiddish was sort of his mother tongue, the one that he sang most frequently in, and the one that he really strove to preserve, right?
Yes, Yiddish was, as we say in Yiddish, Mama Lashon, the mother tongue, yes.
So let's talk a little bit about what Yiddish is. Can you explain the elements that led to its creation? It's a fusion, right, of what languages?
It's based, I think, on a medieval German, but then it incorporates a lot of elements from Slavic languages, Russian and other Slavic languages, Russian and Polish, and also a lot of Hebrew.
And it's written using Hebrew characters.
Yes.
And it's, I have a friend from Germany, and I know a few phrases in Yiddish that are a lot of fun to say. And every time I say a phrase, she can't quite get it, because even though it is very similar to German, it's kind of like Creole is to French. It's not. It's different enough that it's a very separate language.
Yes, I think Creole is a good comparison.
Yeah, it is famous though for some of its more fun sayings and words that don't have good direct translations into anything other languages. There's one particular phrase that you used to use when we were kids. Do you know what that phrase was?
Yes, Oi gewalt kinderlich, which my grandparents who spoke Yiddish, your great-grandparents, who used to babysit me and my little sister, your Aunt Sue, they would speak Yiddish all the time, and my grandmother was always going around saying, Oi gewalt kinderlich, which kind of loosely translates as, ay, 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 kids, what can you do? They do the darndest things, kind of.
And there's there's a lot of other phrases. One of my favorite phrases that I looked up the other day is gestrasch de gens, which means go threaten the geese. If someone's trying to scare you and, you want to tell them like, oh, you don't scare me, you can tell them to go threaten the geese.
Yes. And actually there's a great book called Born to Kvetch, which is all about Yiddish. And forgive me, I'm blanking on the author's name, but if you look it up on Google or Amazon, it's a wonderful book.
And there's so the genre of music called klezmer that I'm going to start playing a little bit of klezmer in the background while we talk about it. Came from this Yiddish culture. You want to tell us a little bit about klezmer?
Yes, the term klezmer actually is a Yiddish contraction of two Hebrew words, klei or kli meaning instrument, and zemer meaning song, so klezmer. And it typically involves fiddles and horns and especially the clarinet. And as you hear the music, see if you can hear the clarinet laugh and cry.
Well, we're actually this is sort of just a kind of song we wanted to put on in the background, but we're going to listen to a klezmer song by a local group called Mrs. Turetsky's Nightmare, and they're pretty cool. I went to high school with the children of the person playing. And
Jeff Turetsky,
right,
the leader of the band.
And they have a show coming up, is that right?
Yes, they're going to be appearing at the Bossa Lounge at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday, June 9th for a klezmer jam dance party. And again, that's the Bossa Lounge on 18th Street in Adams Morgan, June 9th, 6:30 p.m.
All right, so we'll listen to a song by them that they recorded live in 2017 in Canada. I'm not sure the name of the exact song. And then we're going to listen to some klezmer songs that incorporate elements and sort of interact with other musical traditions. So that was a song by Mrs. Turetsky's Nightmare, a local klezmer band, who the head of it, I went to high school with his kids, and he goes to our synagogue. And now we're going to play...
Again, that's Jeffrey Turetsky, the band leader.
Right. And now we're going to play a klezmer song that infuses elements of Bhangra. And Mom, do you want to introduce the song?
Yes, the song is called Ma Sapro, Ma Dabro, which is one of these counting songs that you typically sing near the end of the Passover Seder. And the artists on this song are Sarah Gordon, who dubs herself as the Yiddish princess on the Yiddish vocals, Frank London on trumpet, and Deep Singh on dol. Dol is a Punjabi wedding drum. And this song was recorded. We've got a theme going of sort of the local D.C. music scene. This song was recorded right here at Theater J on 16th Street in May 2013 at the Washington Jewish Music Festival.
Enjoy.
Wer kann sagen, wer kann retten? und Gottes Segne und weiter keine. Wirken Sorgen, wirken Rennen, was die zwei bedeit, zwei sind die Liches und einer ist der Gott, und Gott ist einer, und weiter keiner.
So that song goes on for a really long time, and unfortunately we don't have time to play the whole thing. We're going to move on now to a song called Cumbia Klezmer. Cumbia, as listeners to the show might know, is a Latin American genre, and this song is done by La Mano Ajena, meaning the alien hand, a band from Chile. So we hope you enjoy. So that was Cumbia Klezmer. And now we're going to listen to a mix of sort of like Balkan, Eastern European, and Russian mixed with klezmer, which klezmer comes from that region, but it's also kind of mixed with Europe, like Western European clubby vibes, and the beginning has a sort of reggae introduction.
Yeah, and this song is in Russian, and it's the Amsterdam Klezmer Band Chantel remix.
The name of the song is Sadagora Hot Tub.
Like that, like that, like that. This is Chantel alongside the Amsterdam Klezmer Band in a Bukovina club style.
So that was Sadagora Hot Tub off of the remix album by Amsterdam Klezmer Band. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So the next song we're going to play has a link to that song. Do you want to talk a little bit about what connects the next two songs we're going to play?
Okay, so the Amsterdam Klezmer Band song that we just played has some Balkan influence. There was the clarinet solo, and the accordion was very much from the Balkans, from parts of what's now Yugoslavia, what used to be Yugoslavia. And the next artist we're going to play, another local artist, by the way, Flori Jagoda, who is a musician and composer of her native Ladino, the Judaic Spanish language. And she comes from Sarajevo. She was born in Sarajevo, which is the capital of Bosnia, And the song that we're going to hear has a very Bosnian, Balkan melody to it.
And it's titled Cici Bunici, which I assume is in Ladino, the sort of the Spanish that was spoken by Jews who had come from Spain, which is similar to Old Spanish, but I don't really know what it means, but it sounds good.
Cici bunici, iretillanici, esti ti manda pan, esti ti manda queso, y este si no es buen sitio, vamos a llamar al Señor Upi. Cici bunici, iretillanici, esti ti si dammi un paquetico, la gainica hecho un govisico, aquí, para aquí, a la boquita de mi hijica. Cici bunici, iretillanici, este ti manda pan, este ti manda queso, y este si no es buen sitio, vamos a llamar al Señor Ubi.
So that was Cici Bunici, and as we mentioned before, so we just transitioned from playing types of klezmer or klezmer mixing with other cultures, and we just played a song that wasn't klezmer, that was from a different Jewish tradition, and now we're going to play a song from the Yemeni Mizrahi Jewish tradition, and this will be in Arabic, and there, just like there was in Europe a Judaicized version of European languages, in the Middle East there were Judaicized versions of Arabic, and this song is called Eli, and it is off of the album Yemen Blues by the artist Yemen Blues.
Well, actually the artist is Ravi Kahalani.
Oh, I think he's the band leader.
Yes.
But the band itself is called Yemen Blues.
Yes.
Okay, so Eli.
دخلت العمر حقي الجبل البركة حقه ولسه عشاني لك صننا مع عينة زرقاء بتشوفني عين الحكيمة بنت مليحة الله صغني كل ساعة عشاني لك صننا مع عينة زرقاء أني كما الجبال أني كمال أني كما الجبال أني كمال أني كما الجبال أني كمال أني كمال جبال أني كمال دخلت العمر حقي الجبل البركة حقه ولسه عشاني لك صننا مع عينة زرقاء بتشوفني عين الحكيمة بنت مليحة الله بصغني كل ساعة عشاني لك صننا مع عينة زرقاء أبن أبدي أنا أبن أبدي أنا أبن أبدي أنا أبن أبدي أنا إني كما الجبال إني كمال 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 أبدي أنا أبن أبدي أنا أبن
So that was Eli off of the album Yemen Blues by the band Yemen Blues. So we're now going to take this tour to America. Isn't that right?
Yes, we're shifting gears a little bit. The next artist we're going to play is Basia Schechter. She grew up in an Orthodox Hasidic Jewish community in Brooklyn, and then left that community but stayed true and close to her Jewish roots, and became a musician and cantor. And she using musical influences from Eastern Europe, but also the Middle East. And this song is called Im Ein Anili Mili, from the famous saying of the ancient scholar Hillel, "If I'm not for myself, who will be for me? If I'm only for myself, what am I? And if not, now when?"
So that was Im Ein Ali.
Im Ein Anili Mili by Basia Schechter.
I always forget how to pronounce it. And now we're going to listen to a song that I've already played once, 2 weeks ago, but a different version called Erev Shel Shoshanim, which means the Night of the Roses in Hebrew. And it's a classic Hebrew love song. Our family has a bit of a connection to it, right?
Yes, I love this song so much that we had some musicians. My husband and I were married outside on a mountaintop, and we had some musicians play an instrumental version of this song as we walked to the chuppah, which is the Jewish wedding canopy at our wedding.
So shout out to this song for being a part of Why I Exist. This version it was made by an artist named Yuval Ron as a love peace song. So it's got Arabic and Hebrew in it. Oh, sorry, it's Ron Yuval. That was Erev Shel Shoshanim by Ron Yuval? Not Yuval Ron.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Ron Yuval, yes.
And now we're going to return rather to the theme of Shabbos auf der ganze Welt, Shabbat around the world, calm, peace, happiness around the world, and the exploration of Jewish music around the world with a song made out of a prayer called Lecha Dodi. And do you want to explain a little bit about what that is?
Yes, so the prayer is Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, which means come my love and welcome the bride, welcome the Sabbath bride. The Sabbath is thought of as like a beautiful bride descending into the home and the earth for the Sabbath. And so the first, we're going to hear two versions of Lecha Dodi. The first one is by a group called Nava Tehillah, which is a Jerusalem-based group that takes innovative approaches to Jewish music and prayer. And then we're going to play another version of Lecha Dodi, which I'll introduce after this song.
So that was one Lecha Dodi down, and the next one?
So this next version is by another local D.C. area artist, Hannah Spiro, who is a musician and also a rabbi. She leads the Hill Havorah on Capitol Hill. And I just love this version. It really brings Lecha Dodi right into the 21st century. So enjoy.
The shower and I'm ready for the weekend. It took so long to begin. I light some candles, put Pandora on the yes. I just want you to come in. But when you wrap your arms around